Hello, hello! Pizza Pax here, and we're back with our second guild kit. We're doing a run-up of Ravnica stuff on the way to Murders of Karlov Manor. So let's see what's in here. Alright. Well, these are from the 25th anniversary. About 5 years ago. Came out alongside Guilds of Ravnica. We have this neat little thing with practices of the Golgari, our deck list, and some neat art with Azoni. We have a Golgari guild sticker. It's got a good place for that. Nice themed deck box. It's a fold-up puck box. Little detail there of the Golgari guild symbol. Then we have this very nice enamel pen with a safety back on it. This one's even different from the other one. This has a little lock closure on it. It's nice. It doesn't come undone. A themed spin down D20. And of course, Golgari black and green. And our deck with a special promo. All right. Our promo is Azoni Thousand Eyed with alternate art. For 2 black, green, you get a 2/3 legendary creature elf shaman with undergrowth. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token for each creature card in your graveyard. And then black, green, sacrifice another creature, you gain a life and draw a card. Very nice. Oh, this has got some spice to it. Just seeing the front card there. Granted, Deathrite Shaman is banned in both Modern and Legacy, so the only real place you can play it is Vintage at this point. And Commander, I guess. But you have Deathrite Shaman for a hybrid black-green. You get a 1/2 Elf Shaman. As tap, exile target land from a graveyard, add 1 mana of any color, which with fetch lands is exceptional. Then black, tap, exile target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. Each opponent loses 2 life. Then green, tap, exile a creature card from a graveyard. You gain 2 life. Good way of closing out the game on a 1/1. We have Lotleth Troll, was a standard all-star in Return to Ravnica. For a black-green, you get a 2/1 zombie troll with trample. Discard a creature card, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then for a black, regenerate it. Nice. Man, my phone is blowing up today. And then we have Charnel Troll. 1 black-green for 4/4 troll with trample. Beginning of your upkeep, exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on Charnel Troll. Otherwise, sacrifice it. Ooh, that's a downside. This is from Guilds of Ravnica. And then black-green, discard a creature card, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Deathbridge Goliath. This was from Return to Ravnica. But 2 green for a 5/5 insect. May have been Gate Crash. With Scavenge for green. So Scavenge is pay the cost, exile this card from your graveyard, put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to this card's power on target creature. Scavenge only as a sorcery. There's Savra, Queen of the Golgari. Nice throwback to the original Guilds of Ravnica. With 2 black-green for 2/2 for a legendary elf shaman. Whenever you sacrifice a black creature, you may pay 2 life. If you do, each other player sacrifices a creature. Whenever you sacrifice a green creature, you may gain 2 life. Gerard, Golgari Lichlord. Black, green for a 2/2 legendary zombie elf. It gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. And then 1 black-green, sacrifice another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's power. And then sacrifice a swamp and a forest to return Gerard from your graveyard to your hand. Graveshell Scarab. This was a draw engine back in the original Ravnica. For 2 black-green-green, you get a 4/4 insect with 1, sacrifice it, draw a card, and then dredge 1. Oddly enough, you can actually sacrifice it to dredge itself back, which is kind of nutty. We have Hatchery Spider from Guilds of Ravnica. 5 green-green for a 5/7 spider with reach and undergrowth. Whenever you cast a spell, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard with converted mana, or in your graveyard. You may put a green permanent card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We have Sisters of Stone Death, again from the original Ravnica, but for 4 black, green, you get a 7/4 legendary Gorgon. For green, target creature blocks Sisters of Stone Death this turn if able. For black-green, exile target creature blocking or blocked by this, and then for for 2 and a black, put a creature card exiled with Sisters of Stone Death on the battlefield under your control. This was a nice top-end threat for Golgari decks. Then we have Abrupt Decay. Very nice. Black-green instant, can't be countered, and then destroy target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 3 or less. Deathbridge Chant. 4 black-green enchantment. Enters the battlefield, put the top 10 cards of your library into your graveyard, so mill 10. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose a card at random in your graveyard. If it's a creature, put it onto the battlefield, otherwise put it in your hand. So a good way of just repeatedly getting value out of things in your graveyard. We have Gaze of Granite. This was a good sideboard card for quite some time. But X black green sorcery, destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost X or less. It's basically a Pernicious Deed, but as a spell. We have black-green insect tokens. 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Elves of Deep Shadow, originally from Legends, saw a reprint in the first in Ravnica City of Guilds. And then for a green, you get a 1/1 Elf Druid that taps for a black and deals 1 damage to you. You get 2 of those. Glowspore Shaman. For black-green, you get a 3/1 Elf Shaman. When it enters the battlefield, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, and you may put a land card from your graveyard on top of your library. Get 1 of those. Then we have Krozda Guildmage. Black-green for a 2/2 Elf Shaman. 1 black and a green. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains Intimidate until end of turn. Can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and/or creatures that share a color with it. It's kind of like Fear, but not quite as good. And then 2 black-green. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Create X 1/1 green saproling creature tokens where X is a sacrificed creature's toughness. Very nice. And we get 2 of those. Plague Crafter, 2 and a black for a 3/2 human shaman. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card. Stinkweed Imp, a mainstay of Dredge in all formats that it is legal. 2 and a black for a 1/2 Imp with flying, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, or to a creature, destroy that creature. So it has Death Touch. This is the old templating for Death Touch. And then Dredge 5. So if you would draw a card instead, you may put exactly 5 cards from the top of your library into your graveyard. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Otherwise, draw a card. If you don't have enough... Dredge was later errated so that you can't use it to prevent you from milling. As it was originally printed, you could just dredge even if you had nothing in library. It just didn't do anything. But we have Shambling Shell, another one from the original Guilds of Ravnica, or Ravnica City of Guilds. Guilds of Ravnica, it's the third grip. Ravnica City of Guilds. We have 1 black-green for a 3/1 plant zombie. Sacrifice it to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Dredge 3. Slum Reaper. 3 and a black for 4/2 horror. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. Rhizome Lurcher. 2 black-green for a 2/2 fungus zombie with undergrowth. Whenever it enters the battlefield, with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Very nice. Golgari Finebroker, another card that was part of core Golgari and Sultai decks in Guilds of Ravnica. But black, green for a 3/4 Elf Shaman. When it enters the battlefield, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. We have 4 Golgari Guild Gates, 4 Golgari Rot Farms, and then some themed swamps. I believe we have 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And it should be 8 themed forests for Golgari. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. Now I have Dark Blast, which was a primo piece of removal in Ravnica City of Guilds standard. For a black, you get an instant. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Dredge 3. A trick that you could do with this is you could use this during your upkeep and then dredge off your draw and then do it again to kill a 2/2. We got 1, 2 Dark Blasts. And we have Necrotic Wound. For a black instant, undergrowth, target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Golgari Signet. Get 2 of those. Drown in Filth. Black-green sorcery. Choose target creature. Put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then that creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn for each land card in your graveyard. Nice. We get 1 of those. We have Golgari Charm. Black-green instant. Choose 1. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Destroy target enchantment and regenerate each creature you control. Very nice. We have Grizzly Salvage. Black-green instant. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature or land card from among them into your hand. Put the rest onto your graveyard. Very nice. Treasured Find. Black-green sorcery. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Treasured Find. This is basically Regrowth with a slightly more restrictive mana cost. Putrefy. 1 black-green instant. Destroy target artifact or creature. It can't be regenerated. This was, again, primo removal back in Ravnica City of Guilds. Vigor Mortis. This was another really great card time. Still very good. 2 black sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If green was spent to cast it, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Also ended up seeing a little bit of play in Solar Flare. Then we have Status to Statue, or Status and Statue. Status is hybrid green-black. Instant, target creature gets +1/+1 and Death Touch until end of turn. Statue is 2 black-green. Instant, destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Very nice. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what your favorite legendary Golgari creature is. Now we are going to be doing one of these for each of the 10 guilds. This is the second one, and we'll see how the rest go. But until next time, stay awesome, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.